You guys like originality? Me neither. Here's a fucking top 10 list. Yeah, you should leave now, because it's only gonna get worse. 2017 has been a fucking roller coaster. We had the adpocalypse, all the celebrity scandals, this man is a bitch. But it hasn't all been terrible. In fact, I actually think that when it comes to video games, this has been the best year we've had in a very long time. Which is why I've decided to embrace my inner watch mojo and go through my personal top 10 games of 2017. I'm so sorry. A few quick rules before I begin. Number one, this list is just my opinion. This is my personal list and I haven't taken public opinion into consideration at all, which is basically a fancy way of saying it's fine if you disagree with me, just please don't fucking complain. And two, even though I played more than my fair share of games this year, there were some I missed, the most notable one being Breath of the Wild. Yeah, I know. I didn't get it until months after it came out, and by that time I was busy with other games. I mean, I'm sure if I played more of it, I'd like it a lot, and it would probably be somewhere on this list. But hey, if you want a top 10 games of the year list where Breath of the Wild is at number 1, go watch any of the others, baby, cause I'm a wild card who don't play by your daddy's rules! Okay, so, Let's do this. Starting us off at number 10 is Little Nightmares, a game with a very appropriate name because it's a little indie horror game and it made me shit myself. There were some solid horror games this year, but I think Little Nightmares is my favorite just because it's the one that had the biggest impact on me and my pants. It's a spooky puzzle platformer game with no dialogue, very simple gameplay and length shorter than a Lord of the Rings movie, but the creepy setting, fantastic visuals and the game's ability to tell a very interesting story without saying a word made this a game that stuck in my head for many months, like a happy little tumor. Plus, that ending, zooey mama, that ending. Seriously, if you somehow haven't had the ending of this game spoiled for you yet, it is so worth getting the game just to see it for yourself. Really, you should do it. Like now, like right this second, right now. I mean, considering how long the game is, you'll probably be done with it before I finish this video. At number 9, A Hat in Time, and I'm feeling fine, cause I love to rhyme. I hate myself. A Hat in Time is such a friendly game. It reminds me of something that was made by someone who had a million ideas for their game and they couldn't wait to put in every single one. There's a bit where you solve a murder mystery on a train, a bit where you lead a parade over some rooftops, and a bit where you get punched in the face by a grown man. I'm calling child support. And it's all held together with some very solid third-person platforming, item collecting, and humor that isn't overly self-referential. Cough, ukulele, cough. Point is, A Hat in Time is a freaking adorable game that makes me feel like a little girl. Again. Number 8 is Sonic Mania, the Sonic game from this year that wasn't made by Sonic Team, so unsurprisingly, this is the good one. Oh! This game is like one big tribute song to old school Sonic, except it's a tribute song being sung by an angel with 17 guitar solos performed by Jesus Christ, cause hot damn, this is the best Sonic game ever! Well, actually, that's pretty subjective, but it's definitely my favorite Sonic game. They kept everything that made classic Sonic great, added some fantastic new stages, great bosses, gorgeous pixel art, and I think the developers did a good job of including just enough of their new stuff to the game so that it felt like its own thing, but still kept that old school Sonic feel we love so much. Well, I do. You might be a dingus. And I think this game deserves a lot of praise for proving to the world that Sonic can still have awesome games, as long as his team has nothing to do with it. Coming in at number 7, we have Pyre. What the fuck was this game and why was it so good? A fantasy RPG visual novel 3-on-3 basketball game with talking dogs, talking trees, and talking worms, and it's fucking fantastic. I mean, just making something so wacko-warner is admirable enough on its own, but actually making it a fun game that works surprisingly well and making it one of the best written games of the year, that is worthy of several high fives. And this may surprise some of you, but for what it's worth, I think Pyre had the best soundtrack of the year, and that's saying something, cause we had some fucking bangers. I don't usually listen to video game music, but I've actually listened to Pyre's soundtrack many times on my walks in the park, my train journeys, and my masturbation sessions. Like I said, it's really good. To be honest, I'm not sure if this game should be here on the list, but I just wanted to give it the props it deserved for trying something different and fucking nailing it. Supergiant Games, congratulations on your hat trick. Now make something even weirder, like a post-apocalyptic cooking game, or a World War II dancing game, or a psychological horror dating game. Oh wait. Now you may be thinking, Jum Jum, what is this pretentious shit? So far you've only had indie games and platformers. What are you, a fucking hipster? Well, joke's on you, boyo, cause number 6 is PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. Haha, I'm as mainstream as it gets. And I just lost all my credibility. Okay, I'll be honest, I actually went back and forth a lot about whether or not I should put this on the list. I was like, yeah, I don't think I can because it's early access, but it's coming out on the 20th, so it's technically a 2017 game, but it is still pretty buggy, but maybe those bugs will be fixed when it's fully released, I don't know. But at the end of the day, I just cannot argue with how much I played this. In fact, if we were judging these games based on how much I played them, PUBG would easily be number 1. I mean, holy moly. There have been other games like this before, but in my opinion, nothing does Battle Royale better than PUBG, and considering the huge effect it's had on the gaming community, I think it's got a good future. You might say it's overrated in that I'm an uncultured swine, but what can I say? Some of my favourite moments from this year has been playing this with my friends whilst we talk about stupid shit on Discord, and for that I am thankful. And I know that considering how much I've played this, it should probably be higher up on the list, but if anything, you should take that as a testament to how great these next 5 games are. Well, there's that, and like I said, it is pretty buggy. Plus, I've heard the Xbox One version is kinda... At number 5, we have Night in the Woods. That's right, I didn't forget, which is not normal for me. Looking back at each game individually, I found that I always remembered one thing about the game over everything else. For Pyre, it was the weird premise, for Little Nightmares, it was the ending, but with Night in the Woods, it was everything. The likable characters, the fun mini-games, the narrative pacing, fucking Guitar Hero, cause why not? I remember it all very clearly, which like I said is impressive for me because I have the memory of a fish who has a history of head injuries. For me, this game is proof of how powerful a good story well told can be. I mean, just look at the audience it attracted, nearly a full year later and people still love it so much. That's pretty fucking good for a game about... Actually, not a lot. And of course, it wouldn't be right if I didn't mention the review I did on the game that brought a whole bunch of you lovely people to my channel, so thanks for the boost, Night in the Woods. Can you do it again now? Number 4 is Divinity Original Sin 2. Oh boy, now we're getting into the big ones. You know everything that makes an RPG good? Well, Divinity Original Sin 2's got that in the bag. There's interesting characters, a big beautiful world to explore, a fun detailed fighting system, and quests that you actually have to pay attention to if you want to beat them. What a novel idea. I know that these days pretty much every Western RPG is described as immersive, but for what it's worth, this game pulled me in faster than... It's such a deep game, like you can spend hours and hours just talking to the NPCs of the world who will nearly always have something interesting to say before setting out on an intriguing quest that involves burning pigs or demon toys or whatever nonsense you can think of. The soundtrack is also great and it's got tons of replayability. I mean, I could spend hours and hours going over every little thing that this game does well, or you could get up off your lazy ass and play it. I mean, what's stopping you, huh? No money, shitty PC, real-life responsibilities that you have to take care of, who cares? Play it! At number 3, we have a game that I didn't even think I would like, let alone put on a list like this, and yet here we are. Persona goddamn 5. Oh my god. Oh my god! Where the hell has this been all my life? I mean, here I am, a grumpy-ass Scrooge who thinks JRPGs are just not for me, when along comes Persona 5 and it slaps me around the face, shoves me into a locker, and takes my lunch money. But in a good way, though. Yeah, like I said, generally JRPGs aren't really my thing because stereotypically they tend to contain 3 things that I don't like. Final Fantasy style turn-based combat, overly wacky and weird characters, and again, stereotypically they go on for too long. Persona 5 somehow managed to take all of those things I don't like and make me absolutely love them. The combat is very flashy and satisfying, the characters are quirky and funny without being overly strange, and there was not one moment where I thought, holy shit, when is this gonna end? It's a freaking spectacular game, and whilst I think I like Persona 5 and Original Sin 2 probably equally, I feel like Persona 5 deserves more praise from me, because the list of Western RPGs that I love is already pretty long, but as of now, the list of Japanese RPGs I love is only one. Oh wait, no, Fire Emblem. Oh, and do the Mario ones count? Okay, this might be longer. And at number 2... is Cuphead. Oh god, that hurt to say. Look, you gotta understand, it was so close. It was so close to being my game of the year. I mean, I don't even need to tell you why Cuphead is amazing. It looks amazing, it sounds amazing, it plays amazing, and it makes you break your controllers and grind your teeth into dust amazingly. Every single fight, every single level, every single aspect of this game had so much attention put into it, and beating the boss that was giving you trouble for hours was more satisfying than heroin. I would assume, you know, cause I've never. Cuphead is one of the most impressive games I've ever played, and it breaks my heart that I can't call it the best game of the year. But you see, I had a kind of debate with myself where I was comparing Cuphead and my game of the year. And essentially that debate came down to which game deserves the #1 spot considering where it came from versus which game I personally had more fun with. And considering this is my personal list, it makes more sense if it goes to the game I personally enjoyed more. So, the #1 game and the winner of the Jum Jum Game of the Year trophy, it's not a real trophy, but we can pretend, is... Super Mario Odyssey. Jum Jum, how could you pick Mario Odyssey? That's so unoriginal, it's what everybody's picking. Yeah, how about shut up? If loving Mario Odyssey makes me a basic bitch, then you better give me my Chipotle with a pumpkin spice latte, cause that's what I am. Playing Super Mario Odyssey is like one big treat. It's just so fun and happy and entertaining, it makes you think, what the hell did I do to deserve something so awesome? Apart from paying for it, I guess. There have been some great platformers this year, like A Hat in Time, Sonic Mania, the Insane Trilogy, Ukulele... But in my opinion, Super Mario Odyssey is the best of them all. It's a game that never fails to put a smile on my face, and I didn't want to say this when it just came out because I thought it might just be the hype talking, but I think this might be my favorite Mario game ever. Don't tell Galaxy. Super Mario Odyssey is the pinnacle of third-person platformers, and I can't think of a more worthy title for my game of the year. So yeah, that was my list. Did I get anything wrong? Just kidding, of course I did. This is the internet for crying out loud. I know there was a ton of good shit I left out. I was gonna do honorable mentions, but I felt like that would just go on forever. So instead, if your favorite game wasn't on this list, then please tell me about it in the comments. I know like every top 10 video does this, but who cares? I'm being basic, baby! Thank you all very much for watching. If you made it all the way to the end, I really appreciate it, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Except for the people who just skimmed through this whole thing so they could see what my favorite games were without actually watching the video, you guys can die.